And they're off for the 2021 Grade 1 Betfair Chase. And Bristol de May and Royale Pagaille in the pink silks lead them towards the first of the 19 scheduled fences. Each jump it soundly. Waiting patiently, seemed to find the first fence catching him slightly by surprise. And he got in a little bit close to it in last place, the pink cab for Century chasing Brian Hughes. So 2 circuits ahead of them. And it's Bristol de May who has his grey head just in front of Royale Pagaille on the paddock turn. Tracked a couple of lengths away by the nose-banded Imperial Aura. And then a 3 or 4 length break to A Plus Tard. Rachael Blackmore in the cheaply parked silks of red, white and blue, racing on the inner of Clondor Castle. Further couple of lengths away to Chatham Street Lad, and waiting patiently, held up as they begin a gentle downhill run towards the first of the 5 fences across in the back straight. So Royale Pagaille and Bristol de May taking on the early pace. Each landing safely enough there. Better jump from waiting patiently in last place. Seems to have warmed to the task now as they head on towards the third. Royale Pagaille on the near side of Bristol de May, tracked by Imperial Aura. Leading pair each shortening up going into that. Chatham Street Lad, the hoop sleeves landed a little steeply. Last but one behind Clondor Castle and A Plus Tard, and just in front of waiting patiently. Midway down the back straight for the first time, and all 7 safe enough there. So on towards another plain fence before the first of the ditches. They're approaching the 5th. Royale Pagaille and Bristol de May. Bristol de May the more fluent of the leading duo. Imperial Aura remains 2 or 3 lengths away in third, tracked by A Plus Tard. And then Clondor Castle with the dark sleeves and cap. Bristol de May really came out of Jacob's hands there at the ditch, soared out over it. Just leading Royale Pagaille into the far corner from Imperial Aura, A Plus Tard, Clondor Castle, Chatham Street Lad last but one, and finally waiting patiently. So they're moving on now towards the last 2 miles of the Betfair Chase. This field has 7 winners between them, with 35 of their 100 appearances over fences, and they have cumulative career earnings in excess of £2 million. And Bristol de May striding on in his bid for a record equaling success in this race. Leads Royale Pagaille towards the near side. Imperial Aura taking off and landing right behind the leading pair. 3 lengths to A Plus Tard, tracked by Clondor Castle, and waiting patiently the pink cab disputing last with Chatham Street Lad. Here's another open ditch, fence 8. Bristol de May again very assured, wasting no time in the air. Royale Pagaille on the left. The nose-banded Imperial Aura a couple of lengths off the lead. Third in the line up the straight, brings them to the end of a circuit. Bristol de May virtually joined once again by Royale Pagaille and Imperial Aura. Blackmore sitting quietly in 4th aboard A Plus Tard in the red, white and blue. And the final 3, Clondor Castle waiting patiently, and Chatham Street Lad. And there Royale Pagaille jumped particularly fluently alongside Bristol de May. At the other end of the field, Chatham Street Lad was less assured and was in close to it. So halfway, a circuit to go in the Betfair Chase. Royale Pagaille in the pink and Bristol de May have been the leading duo from the outset, and there's been very little change in the order in behind. Imperial Aura is still heading the chase, just over 2 lengths in advance of A Plus Tard, and the final 3, Clondor Castle waiting patiently makes a position, and Chatham Street Lad is now just last of the field, going along at just shy of 30 miles an hour as they begin the downhill run towards the 11th. Royale Pagaille and Bristol de May. From Imperial Aura, A Plus Tard, Clondor Castle waiting patiently, and Chatham Street Lad rising. Leading 3 jumping well, the 4 in behind matching those leaps, and on to the 12th they go. Royale Pagaille, Bristol de May on the near side. Imperial Aura has his mind made up for him there and responds with a very swift leap, very good. Forced an error from Chatham Street Lad, who was just being asked to go a little quicker at the time. Towards the midpoint in the back straight, a mile to go. Bristol de May jumping soundly alongside Royale Pagaille. Imperial Aura is down. He landed steeply, jumped so well at the previous fence, but he landed very steeply there. He might have mildly inconvenienced waiting patiently. He had to be nudged along on the landing side and is back into last place, and he's a little bit adrift. He made a mistake there as well, waiting patiently, and it's Royale Pagaille from Bristol de May with A Plus Tard waiting in the wings as they take the open ditch at the end of the back straight. Royale Pagaille in close to it. Aplutar on the outer, ranging up in behind Bristol de May. Chatham Street Lad belying his price at the moment in fourth. The hoop sleeves, then Clondor Castle. No real show from Waiting Patiently, who's toiling out the back. He's being eased off, looks like being pulled up by Brian Hughes, and it's Royale Pagaille with Jacob now just asking for a little more from Bristol de May, and still Blackmore has yet to move in behind on Aplutar. 3 lengths away to Chatham Street Lad and Clondor Castle, last of the 5 still going, and they're heading now towards 4 out in the Betfair chase. Royale Pagaille in the Richie Silks to Bristol de May, asked for a bit more effort still, and he wasn't as quick as through the air as Aplutar, who has now sauntered alongside Royale Pagaille. Chatham Street Lad is being to close in. He moves up to take third. Bristol de May is relegated to fourth. Here's the open ditch. Royale Pagaille narrowly from Aplutar. Chatham Street Lad with 3 lengths to make up. Bristol de May is well held. He's now last. Clondor Castle has gone fourth, and Aplutar, with a sense of see you later, has forged on to take over at the second last. Bristol de May has been pulled up, and Blackmore still sits quietly, and Aplutar is opening up with just 1 left to jump in the Betfair chase. Aplutar over safely with a long lead over Royale Pagaille in second. Clondor Castle and Chatham Street Lad are fighting out third. There's only 1 horse in this, the first Irish train winner of the Betfair chase, and a golden year for Rachael Blackmore continues. Aplutar, a class apart, sees off Royale Pagaille, Chatham Street Lad in third, and Clondor Castle last of 4 to complete.